How's that feeling from the inside?
It feels good.
Yeah.
So you go ahead and just let your fingers fan out. Yeah. Wiggle your fingers.
Dr. Rolf became famous, so to speak, in her early 70s.
Structural integration is a technique which aims at organizing and ordering a body.
She'd been practicing her work on her own for 40 years. That she had a technology that could improve the functioning of almost anyone. So she invented the 10-session series as a teaching device and as a treatment protocol.
So we have this wrapping around kind of everything in the body, but specifically the layer I'm working on is under the skin, between the skin and the musculature cage, and I'm working on this fascial wrapping on the outside, the whole skin under the skin.
Most often when medical profession or scientists do dissections, they want to get rid of all this stuff called fascia, and it's really the most abundant tissue in the body. It's continuous everywhere from the surface, actually all the way deep into the cell nucleus. So it's everywhere. We're helping to get literally more space and depth in all these bags, so that then the contents can work more efficiently.
This fascia is a three-dimensional web, and when there is tension, everything else has to compensate. So let's say the tension starts in the pelvis and it pulls the pelvis forward. That is going to force you to compensate all the way from your feet and how you're holding that shift in weight all the way up to your neck.
So here's this human body, and we have 2 legs, 2 arms, a heavy head, and a bunch of unruly segments. And how do we relate harmoniously with gravity? So as soon as we're vertical, then gravity isn't pulling on us in any direction. And as soon as we're not vertical, then it starts to pull down, or pull down, or pull down.
It looks like your weight is falling a little bit to the outside of your foot and to the back. I can see that there's a better alignment through your left leg on the right leg, and it looks a little less connected to the ground. There's an educational element to all this, and that's why we have, when you're standing there and we say, what's it feel like to shift your weight or take a step? There's something about owning it, owning that experience.
As you say that, I can feel that. I can feel that I have more weight on the outside.
And how you're going to apply that in the activities that you like to do. The ergonomics of your workspaces, your environments that you live in, all of these relate to what we're doing when we're setting up the condition for your body to be more in tune with gravity. One of the chief points that Ida Rolf made was that gravity was the healer, it's not the Rolfer.
So in the 10-session series, again, we're addressing every segment of the body. We're looking at what each segment needs or where it needs to go. And through direct manipulation of the fascia with our hands and fists and forearms, we start creating length in those areas where the fascia is holding that tension.
Again, find your new place. Another part that is that the whole fascial web be awake and alive and fluid. Right. So how about walking in this position so that when we move, we're not impacting ourselves?
Whatever the habituated pattern of movement is, we want to give the person and give their body options and make things a little more easy.
So we're interested in change in the choreography of how we move, the choreography of how we respond to challenge.
Hit the pavement with my chin and my shoulder and sort of rolled.
The injury that I had was a mountain biking accident. It wasn't my primary reason for coming to get Rolfing. It was one of the
things that was significantly better afterward.
And now it feels like as I'm moving my ankle and my foot and my leg, it's feeling freer now. So when I first had that 10 series, when I was about 30, it was a life-changing experience for me.
Just let that go through all of your body, all of your nervous system, everywhere. That's it.
And right now I'm 57 years old, and I'm the most comfortable I've ever been in my body. I can feel the weight going down through them into the ground in a way that just feels easy.
So we want that pressure to be, that contact, to be enough to make a change, but not so much that you have to tense up.
It's just finding certain points that have more tension, and those are going to be a little more tender.
Pressure there, okay?
But you have control over that.
So I'm sensing that that's a place where you might have more sensation.
How was the contact?
It feels
feel
perfect.
okay?
Yeah. I tried all different types of things, and it wasn't until my Rolfer was like, yeah, I feel a bunch of scar tissue back here. It really made a huge difference.
What we're doing may look something like massage, but the outward look is different than the inner experience.
We're looking to move sheets of the connective tissue, of fascia, not just increase blood flow and downregulate the nervous system. I feel like it's a lot more than that.
How we posture ourselves based upon whatever, all this stuff that we're interacting with in the environment all the time. All those have impacts on how the body gets organized and how literally we shape ourselves.
We have this saying, someone has an attitude, like an attitude or an attitude or an attitude. And these attitudes then separate us from communication with our environment and especially from other people. And so when we come out of that into neutrality, it's a very different person. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
And it's this body knowledge that really is particular to this craft. And it's body knowledge with a particular kind of embodiment in orientation.
and just notice what that feels like.
The capacity to know how to build a stronger sense of here I am.
And what is that like when I'm working there?
Embodiment to me means that your physical body is actually a resource for you that you can rely on and that you can trust and you can love, and it is a part of you as much as your brain and what we consider our soul or our consciousness.
It's really like getting out of your head and stopping. You're not thinking about it as much as more as you're feeling it. I feel like I'm able to feel that connection a lot more since I've gone through Rolfing.
It's beautiful work. It's beautiful to give, to be the practitioner. It is beautiful work to receive. At the very least, it can take you out of pain, and at the most, it can transform your life.